Hello and welcome back to WWE 2K20 Universe Mode, and we are here on SmackDown. Of course, if you missed the previous episodes, make sure to check out the playlist in the top corner or down in the description below, and give us a subscribe because Money in the Bank is coming out this weekend and you are not going to want to miss it. And speaking of Money in the Bank, this opening match here tonight is going to be the final qualifying match for the men's Money in the Bank briefcase. Ricochet taking on Mustafa Ali. And later on tonight we are going to be having a fatal four-way match between the four SmackDown women who have qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder match. We're going to be going up against each other to decide who is looking the strongest going into that women's ladder match at Money in the Bank this weekend. But for now, Ricochet is here and looking to make a big impression here tonight. And here we have Mustafa Ali. Of course, Ali has had his debut here before in Universe Mode. He went up against Tommaso Ciampa. Unfortunately coming up short in that match. But Tommaso Ciampa is a very difficult opponent to beat. As you can see, he's only lost to Roman Reigns so far in this Universe Mode. It was a difficult position for Ali to be in. But Ali did his best in that match. Unfortunately not coming out on top in that one though. It's going to be interesting to see which one of these men is going to move forward to that Money in the Bank ladder match. Of course, both these men are high flyers looking to fly through that Money in the Bank match. And obviously, they would bring something different to this Money in the Bank ladder match. Like we have Cedric Alexander on Raw, who is very much a high flyer as well. But having someone like Ricochet and Mustafa Ali, they are literally flips for days, is what I would say. Like, those guys are just going to go crazy in that match, completely using the ladders to their advantages. And I wouldn't be surprised to see if that was going to go well for them, how that's going to work for them in that match, and which one of these guys is going to move forward to that match. Of course, Ricochet is also looking for his first victory here tonight in Universe Mode. He came up short in his debut match where he took on Seth Rollins, unfortunately not being able to take out Rollins, but obviously Rollins did become the future Universe Champion. Wait a second. Big! Oh my goodness, suicide dive plancha there from Ricochet, landing on his feet, and that just shows the athleticism of Ricochet. This man is just a spring. Crazy. He is just ridiculously crazy. Yes, so I was saying he lost, unfortunately, to Rollins, who would become the Universal Champion a few weeks later at Backlash. So it's not really the bad person to lose to. Both of these men have come up short to very big names here on SmackDown, being Tommaso Ciampa and Seth Rollins. But one of these men tonight is going to prove themselves and get that first victory that they need to prove that they deserve future considerations here on SmackDown. Whether they win that Money in the Bank briefcase or not, this match is still going to put them in a good position. Maybe put them in a closer position to be able to face off against the IC champion Chad Gable. Of course, Chad Gable is also one of the contestants in the Money in the Bank briefcase, but he has a lot of people chasing him around at the moment. He's obviously very much annoyed Braun Strowman, and last week taking Matt Riddle's place in the Money in the Bank ladder match qualifying, hitting Matt Riddle. I apologise, it wasn't Chad Gable, was it? It was the coach. The coach backstage hitting Matt Riddle low again, which has kind of been the Mandus operandi for Chad Gable and the coach, is low blows. And then the coach picked up that briefcase, very much similar to the Money in the Bank briefcase, hitting Matt Riddle over the head with it and then guarding the door. But Braun Strowman came out, distracted Gable, went backstage, beat up the coach, allowing Riddle to be able to come down post-match to attack Chad Gable, but unfortunately for them, it was a bit too late, and Chad Gable had already picked up the victory over Adam Cole in a very, has to be said, a very hard-fought match. Chad Gable is one of those guys who doesn't really need to be cheating the way he's doing, but it's just what works out for him. And unfortunately, he doesn't need to. He's very much a capable wrestler, but he keeps doing all these things to try and get his way higher in the card. But I think he could have got there himself by just using his technical ability. Like, he beat Adam Cole pretty much clean. There wasn't any... He didn't really cheat in that match. And to be able to do that is impressive by itself. But anyway, let's get back to the action at hand here tonight. Mustafa Ali wasn't looking too good in this match, but he is managing to put himself back into it a bit now. It was all Ricochet in the opening parts of this match. But Ali trying to bring himself back in. Big kick there from Mustafa Ali. Throwing Ricochet into the ring steps. Of course, if there is a double count out, neither of these men will move forward to Money in the Bank. It will be a mystery participant. But luckily for Ricochet, getting Mustafa Ali back in the ring and getting back in the ring himself, resetting the count back down to 0. And a backslide there from Ricochet, but not going for the pinfall. Mustafa Ali climbing up through the corner. Big reversal there from Mustafa Ali, but Ricochet reverses straight back. Mustafa Ali throwing Ricochet into the far corner. What is Ali looking for here? But no, Ricochet again, reversal. Mustafa Ali, another reversal. This is a reversal fest between these two men. Not allowing either of them to get off their fast-paced offense. Then Mustafa Ali, big drop kick, going for the pinfall. 1. Only a 1 count there for Mustafa Ali. I'm not entirely surprised. I think more offense does need to be done by Ali to be able to get that there. Mustafa throwing Ricochet outside the ring yet again. Ali really wanted to work on Ricochet outside of the ring. Very interesting. Not what I expected from Mustafa Ali, to be honest. Oh, a big Spanish fly. And then just an extra flip for showing off there from Ali. A big Spanish fly on the outside. Wow, the strength of Mustafa Ali to be able to just do that out of nowhere. Ricochet in the ring. Oh, dropping it down the big DDT. Ricochet trying to take back control in this match. Wait a second. He hits it with the knee. That big ricocheting knee. 1, 2, 3. And Ricochet has picked up the victory. Ricochet is the final man in that Money in the Bank ladder match. It's going to be interesting to see how he does. As I was saying earlier, he is definitely going to be the high flyer of the match. The man is going to be whipping around, running up those ladders. It's going to be interesting to see how he does. Coming up against those big men like Drew McIntyre. And to a different extreme, Kevin Owens. How is he going to be able to deal with those kind of guys in this Money in the Bank ladder match? But we will find out very shortly indeed. This weekend, Money in the Bank. And Ricochet, the last man to qualify for that men's Money in the Bank ladder match. And maybe Ricochet is going to be Money. Maybe Ricochet will get his revenge on Seth Rollins. After Seth Rollins, of course, has pinned Ricochet in the past. But Ricochet is going to be able to get that victory back. But now, moving forward to the next match here tonight, we have the aforementioned Fatal 4-Way between the 4 ladies who have qualified here on SmackDown for the Miss Money in the Bank ladder match. Of course, those women being Toni Storm, Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Dakota Kai. It's going to be very interesting to see who gets the momentum going into that match. As pretty much all of these women, apart from Dakota, of course, are very much unproven here in Universe mode. Toni Storm, it was her first match when she got into this match. How she qualified for Money in the Bank was her first match here in Universe mode. Same for Bayley. Of course, Sasha Banks came up short in a triple threat match when trying to determine who was going to be the original SmackDown Women's Champion. But apart from Dakota Kai is the only one who's had like constant action here in Universe mode. Of course, she was in that match to determine the first ever SmackDown Women's Champion between her and Kairi Sane. So maybe Dakota is going to have the advantage just having that experience being in the ring more here in Universe mode. As you can see, Nia Jax not here tonight. Nia Jax is preparing. She is at the gym right now, not in the building, preparing for the match that she is going to be having this weekend against Kairi Sane for that SmackDown Women's Championship. For now, Bayley, just Bayley coming out right now, trying to bring the fun to SmackDown. This would be a very interesting Money in the Bank winner. She, of course, has all the talent in the world, but maybe she shouldn't be having so much fun. It's good to have a laugh and like have your waggly inflatable tube men and all that, but maybe maybe that isn't what's best for Bayley. Maybe she needs more of like a ruthless edge, and that's what's going to get her further here in SmackDown, but we'll have to see in the future. But it's an interesting question to ponder there. Bayley playing to the crowd. Is that what she should be doing? Who knows? Maybe she will win that Money in the Bank briefcase and be very successful with it, but like, you look at someone like Nia Jax, eh? If Nia Jax was to go and win that SmackDown Women's Championship, I don't see Bayley getting anywhere near it. But Bayley would just... she's too much, not taking things seriously, in my opinion. Like, Nia Jax is definitely taking Kairi Sane seriously. Not being here tonight, working hard, keeping on pushing forward for that match, to give her every opportunity possible to beat Kairi Sane in that match at Money in the Bank. Of course, there is also the friendship between Sasha Banks and Bayley. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays into Money in the Bank. Whether those two are still going to keep on being chummy and friendly in that match, or whether they're kind of going to be able to stay on different sides and avoid each other a bit. It's going to be very interesting indeed. And judging by the start of this match, we have split them off straight away. Dakota going after Sasha Banks, Toni Storm after Bayley, not allowing these two friends to work together in this match from the beginning of this. And in our next match tonight, we will be having a member of the Church of Rollins going up against a member of the New Day. And of course, at Money in the Bank, so far we have it confirmed that Kofi Kingston will be going one-on-one with Seth Rollins for that Universal Championship. However, if the member of the Church of Rollins wins the match next on SmackDown here tonight, then that match will become a winner-takes-all match. It'll be a 3-on-3 6-man tag where the Universal Championship and the SmackDown Tag Team Championships will be up for grasp in that match. Of course, it's going to take the member of the church beating the member of the New Day here tonight, and we don't know which members it is. We're going to have to wait and see. I imagine it's not going to be Seth, because Seth's probably going to be wanting to, well, prepare after his, well, embarrassing loss that he suffered here 2 weeks ago. Kofi Kingston managing to surprise Seth Rollins a couple of weeks ago, which is what earned him that title match at Money in the Bank. It's going to be interesting to see whether Kingston's going to be able to do that again, whether the New Day is going to be able to continue to have the number of the Church of Rollins. Whether tonight the Church is going to pick up another loss. It will not be impressive, and I imagine Seth Rollins will not be happy in the slightest. Sasha Banks and Dakota Kai in the ring right now. Bayley and Toni Storm still on the outside. Very much being split up into these two pairs throughout this match so far. Obviously there's been a bit of interaction, but it's mainly just been these two pairs working together in this match. Sasha taunting off to the crowd there. Waiting for Dakota to get back to her feet. And wait a second, what's she going for here? Oh, a bit of a... I can't describe it. A slingshot, that's the word. A slingshot onto those bottom ropes. My goodness, that is not a nice place to be for Dakota Kai. And you would have to say Dakota is the favourite going into this match, but Sasha Banks is doing quite well against her. She is having her number in this match. The same with Bayley. Wait a second. The friends going up against each other in the middle of the ring. Sasha Banks tried to attack Bayley, but Bayley saw it coming and ends up getting the attack back on Sasha Banks and going for that big elbow drop right now. But Dakota breaking it up. But Bayley just catching Sasha Banks. I think she put her on the bottom of the leg. Dakota dropping Sasha Banks onto her knee there. Dakota moving over to Toni Storm, coming back into this match. Oh, the big scorpion kick there from Dakota Kai. Wait a second, what's Bayley thinking here? Bayley draping. Oh, I thought she was going to go for a draping DDT instead. Just draping Sasha Banks over the ropes and just pulling down, pushing Sasha's abdomen onto those ropes. And now Bayley and Dakota Kai in the middle of the ring. Bayley dropping her down, a bit of power slam there. It's your opportunity, Bayley. Sasha's on the outside. Toni's on the outside, but no, Sasha's getting back in, and Toni back in the ring right now. Big elbow drop there from Bayley. But Toni Storm has gone back to Dakota Kai. Oh, Sasha Banks and Bayley. Sasha Banks and Bayley. Sasha going for the pinfall. She's going to pin her for Ren Bayley. 1. Only a 1 count. But I think this shows us what to expect from Money in the Bank. These two women are not going to be friends in that match, or it looks like. They're going to be going properly for their own, which is what they should be doing. Sure, there might be a bit of an advantage if you were to work together. But only one woman can win that briefcase. So there's no point in friends in the match. In fact, it might even be a bit of a disadvantage. And I think Toni Storm was setting up a Storm Zero there. I think Bayley just saved Dakota Kai unintentionally from the Storm Zero from Toni Storm. And that's allowed Dakota to try and get back into this match. Trying to throw Bayley into the corner. She's going for one of her running kicks. I think she is. No, big chop from Dakota instead. Oh, the Broski boot-esque move. If you're looking at Zack Ryder's moveset there. Wait a second. Toni. Storm Zero. 1, 2. No. Sasha Banks kicking out of the Storm Zero. You have to think if the ref wasn't counting that Bayley and Dakota pinfall first, that could have been it. That could have been Toni's victory here tonight. Toni, big uppercut there. Dakota rolling to the outside. Bayley to belly. Going for the pinfall. 1, but no, Sasha right there. Toni Storm not in a good place now. Wait a second. Suplexing Bayley to Sasha. She's taking down the ref by mistake. I think that must have been a mistake. I can't imagine Bayley taking down the referee on purpose. Up to the top rope. Oh, dropping her elbow down on Sasha Banks. But Sasha Banks was standing up. Just catching her. Toni Storm taking advantage of the situation. Wait a second. Sasha Banks kips out of it. It's Bayley going for a big bulldog. Going for the pinfall. 1. Sasha Banks right there again. Sasha Banks saving this match. Not allowing her friend to get the victory here tonight. Sasha. What's Sasha thinking here? Neck breaker there to Bayley. Going for the pinfall, but Dakota just there. Yep. Breaking it up straight away. Can't do a pinfall when someone is so close to you in the ring. Chiropractor. Going for the pin. 1, 2. Toni Storm just gets there in time. She just breaks it up. Toni Storm just managing to stop that victory for Dakota Kai there. But look at Sasha. She is still down on the mat. That would have been it. Dakota Kai had that match won just there. But Toni Storm managing to break it up. Toni throwing Dakota out of the ring and getting out of the ring as well. Wait a second. Sasha and Bayley in the middle of the ring. Bayley throwing Sasha into the corner. What is Bayley thinking here? Suplex into those. Oh, turnbuckles. That's not going to feel nice on your back. Going for the pinfall on Bayley. Is this going to be it? 1, 2, 3. Now, if I'm honest, Bayley may have got that victory, and I apologise to her. I was a bit condescending to her as she came out here for this match, and she did get the victory over her friend Sasha Banks. But if I'm honest, I have to think, really, Banks, the damage was done with the chiropractor. That was Dakota Kai's win, essentially. The Bayley just ended up stealing. And like, fair enough, Bayley did do a few more moves afterwards, but nothing major. The chiropractor was the move that knocked Sasha out, had her down on the mat, and she wasn't moving. She was not moving. Bayley picked Sasha up. Bayley just did that suplex into the corner, and that was essentially it. That is not a move to put someone down for 3. That chiropractor did the work, but in the victory books here tonight, Bayley will have that big tick, and she is now going to be the favourite going into that Money in the Bank ladder match, you'd have to say. Will be Hugger in the Bank. Hugger in the Bank, who knows? But now, we have this match here. The Church of Rollins. Which member of the church is it going to be? We do not know just yet. It's going to be very interesting to see. But of course, going up... Wait a second. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Seth Rollins has chosen to have Buddy Murphy take this match. Very interesting indeed. Murphy, of course, well, the last time he had a match like this, he did lose. But he went up against Daniel Bryan in like a warm-up match for that SmackDown Universal Championship match at Backlash. And Bryan beat Murphy, so it's a very bold decision for Seth Rollins to have Murphy take on this match against a member of the New Day right now. For instance, you see, like, Murphy versus Big E. I don't necessarily see it going too well for Murphy. Murphy versus Kofi, well, we've seen what Kofi can do. And feel the power! Well, the New Day is here. Looking forward to that Universal Championship match that Kofi Kingston has at Money in the Bank this weekend. Yeah, I have to wonder what Seth Rollins was thinking. Why not just put Luke Harper in this match? Like, put the big man in here. I don't understand why he hasn't done it, but I guess Murphy's been with him the longest. He believes in Murphy. And there you go. That's the announcement who he's facing in this match. It's going to be Murphy taking on Xavier Woods. And this is Xavier's debut here. He hasn't had any matches up to this point. I don't believe he has, at least. No, Xavier hasn't had any matches up to this point. This is going to be his debut match here in Universe Mode as a member of the New Day, going up against Buddy Murphy, who himself doesn't have the best track record. I believe he's a 1-1 so far in Universe Mode. Murphy going into this match, trying to prove something for the church, trying to win this match for his leader, for Seth Rollins, the leader of the church. Murphy trying to get a big win here tonight, and of course, as I stated earlier, if Buddy Murphy can win this match against Xavier Woods, then at the pay-per-view, instead of it just being a singles match for the Universal Championship, the match will become a winner-takes-all six-man tag, where it will be for the Universal Championship, but also for the New Day's Tag Team Championships. And whoever gets the pinfall, whichever team gets the pinfall, will win and will be the Universal and Tag Team Champions, holding all of the gold. That's going to be interesting to say that in that match, I don't even know if Seth Rollins really would want this match, because, well, he wouldn't have to be pinned in that match. He would have to be very reliant on his disciples, Disciple Murphy and Disciple Harper, as to whether they could pick up the win for him, because, well, Rollins may not be involved in the finish. He could be knocked to the outside, and Harper or Murphy could be pinned in the middle of the ring. And that could, oh my goodness, bit of miscommunication there. Murphy accidentally drop-kicking Harper. It's also interesting to say that that just didn't affect Harper. Harper just ate that up. Xavier trying to get the audience on his side right now. Yes, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why Murphy's in this match instead of Harper. Maybe Rollins doesn't want it to be a six-man tag, because he's a bit nervous about losing in that match. Maybe that's why Murphy is here and not Harper, because you have to think Harper would be the better man to put in this match. He is the big man. He's the stronger man. He's the more dominant man. And sure, we haven't seen him in a singles performance yet, but he is very dominant. You have to imagine just by looking at him. Maybe Buddy Murphy is considered the weak link of the group. He has lost against Daniel Bryan. But then again, that is Daniel Bryan, who is one of the best wrestlers in the world. And Buddy Murphy, well, he's still young. He's still looking to prove himself here. But in this match so far, Buddy Murphy definitely has been on top in this one. Doing very well so far against Xavier Woods. Xavier, though, is kind of getting to pull it back. He keeps getting these advantages, getting Murphy out of the ring and avoiding Murphy's offense too much. And Murphy's still getting in those big moves over Xavier Woods. But just like the little miscommunications, like Murphy hitting Harper a minute ago, that wasn't what the Church of Rollins would want. That doesn't show them as a very succinct unit, does it? Very interesting indeed. We'll have to see how things are going to go here. What does Rollins want? I'm sure that Murphy and Harper would love to have some... Wait a second, what's Murphy thinking here? Murphy's got a chair. Why has Murphy got a chair? That is not okay, Murphy. You can't use that chair. That would be a DQ in this match. Wait a second, throwing Xavier Woods across the ring. I think he was trying to grab the referee there. Oh my goodness, a big boot to the face of the referee. Now that is not okay. That is definitely against the rules in this match. But they're not managing to get back in time. The referee now back up to his feet. I don't know how there wasn't a DQ, to be honest. The referee surely saw. He definitely saw that one. That was no accident there from Buddy Murphy. Wait a second. Oh, the chair. Using the chair on Xavier Woods. Buddy Murphy definitely wants that title match. Murphy wanting those SmackDown Tag Team Championships. That's got to be it. Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law, that is got to be it. Xavier Woods is going to be done in this match. You'd have to say those chair shots. Wait a second. Murphy's doing it again. Oh my goodness. Murphy's Law. 1, 2, 3. Buddy Murphy picks up the victory for the church. So now, at Money in the Bank, it is going to be a 6-man tag team match. The Church of Rollins, Seth Rollins, the Universal Champion, Buddy Murphy and Harper, going up against the New Day, Kofi Kingston, Big E and Xavier Woods. And whichever team wins that match will get both the Universal Championship and the Tag Team Championship. So, if Kofi Kingston was to win, the New Day was to win, Kofi would become the Universal, and we keep the tag straps on Big E and Xavier, and vice versa for the Church. But what team is going to be dominant on the weekend? We're going to have to wait and find out. But tonight, the Church of Rollins standing tall here to end up SmackDown. I think that'll be a very dominant force indeed. But now for our main event here tonight, we have Bobby Lashley. The almighty Bobby Lashley. He's out here tonight to face off against the man who, well, he wanted the warm-up match before his big tag team match at Money in the Bank. Roman Reigns. And of course, if you didn't see last week's episode, well, there was a match between Keith Lee and Johnny Gargano. And while Johnny Gargano, he did so much damage to Keith Lee, really working over that head of Keith Lee, and well, Keith hasn't been seen since. We don't know whether Keith Lee is going to be there at Money in the Bank. We have no idea. He is not currently medically cleared. Keith Lee hasn't been seen since the attack from Johnny Gargano. And like, you saw how quickly Keith Lee tapped out to that Gargano escape. It was almost instantaneous because of the amount of damage that Gargano had done to Lee. And Lee has not been seen, so well, I think Roman Reigns believes that he's going into a 2-on-1 handicap match this Sunday at Money in the Bank. And at the moment being, that is what it is going to be. Unless Keith Lee is able to return and is medically cleared, it is going to be a 2-on-1 handicap match. Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa taking on Roman Reigns. And that is why Roman asked for this warm-up match here tonight. He needs to warm himself up, especially going into a 2v1. He needs to prove himself against a dominant opponent. I'm sure Bobby Lashley hasn't necessarily the best start to Universe Mode. He's only had one appearance so far, losing in a Fatal 4-Way to determine the number 1 contender for the number 1 contender. I apologise. One of the men participating in the match for the Intercontinental Championship at Backlash, unfortunately coming up short in that match to Matt Riddle. But Bobby Lashley looking to claim his dominance here on SmackDown up against the big dog, Roman Reigns. You have to wonder how Roman is feeling, because Tommaso Ciampa has really been a thorn in his side since this Universe Mode has begun. Since the very first week, of course, Tommaso Ciampa dropped Roman Reigns with 3 fairy tale endings in the backstage area for no reason whatsoever. And since that point, Tommaso Ciampa has been obsessed with Roman Reigns. Roman thought he got rid of him after Backlash. Roman won that Extreme Rules match, just getting a spear out of nowhere, and manages to toss Ciampa off that ladder through the table to the outside of the ring. Roman thought he'd done with him, but Johnny Gargano moving over to SmackDown to really help Tommaso Ciampa in this feud. And Tommaso has not left Roman Reigns alone. Of course, Roman Reigns and Keith Lee were having a match, and then unfortunately, that match was ruined by Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano coming out, taking down both of those men. And that was why it was set up to be Keith Lee and Roman Reigns versus Gargano and Ciampa. But, unfortunately, last week, as I said, Keith Lee is injured. Keith Lee... Well, we don't know. We do not know what's going on with Keith Lee. And as I said, at the moment being, Roman Reigns is going into a 2-on-1 handicap match. Maybe another reason why Roman Reigns wanted this match. Maybe he's trying to scout a partner for that match in case Keith can't be there. Maybe he's looking to see if Bobby Lashley is worthy of being his partner, because he knows how nasty and difficult Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano are. Like, look at what Johnny did to Keith Lee last week. That's the ultimate example. But look at that strength from Roman Reigns there, planting him down, picking him up like he is nothing. I think Roman calling out to the crowd, yes, but I think he was also looking. He was looking through the crowd just to check that Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano weren't anywhere to be seen. Of course, there is a risk in this match. We've seen Johnny and Tommaso come out and attack Roman, and maybe that's what's going to happen again tonight. We don't know. Roman Reigns is clearly a bit anxious about it, and I wouldn't be surprised if I was him. Especially without Roman's support. No Keith Lee. It's not going to be good for Roman if Tommaso and Johnny come out and attack him and wear him down before Money in the Bank. Only a 1 count there from Roman. I think Roman was expecting a bit more there. Wait a second. Oh, Bobby Lashley planting Roman Reigns there. Very impressive indeed. Oh my goodness, planting down Roman Reigns into the mat. Bobby Lashley going for the pinfall. 1. Only a 1 count there for Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley, of course, looking for his place here on SmackDown. Where is he going to be? He definitely has the potential to be a main event guy, but so far in Universe Mode, those opportunities haven't befell upon him. He just needs to be in the right place at the right time, it has to be said. It just hasn't been there for Bobby Lashley so far, but we're only just at the beginning. There is still a lot more to go, and maybe Bobby Lashley will find his place in the future in Universe Mode here. And of course, if he picks up a big victory against Roman Reigns tonight, well, that is certainly going to help. It's going to be a big tick on his CV going forward here in Universe Mode. Roman putting Lashley into the corner. Big clothesline there from Roman Reigns into the corner. Wait a second, Roman calling him up, looking for that Superman punch. Superman punch from Roman Reigns. Bobby Lashley's going to be out. He's going to be out. You know what Roman's looking for now. He's looking for that spear. A big spear. The move to put down Tommaso Ciampa at Backlash. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns picked up the easy win here tonight over Bobby Lashley. Has to be said, that was a very easy victory for Roman Reigns. Maybe Roman will be fine. He's proved this tonight. He managed to beat Bobby Lashley quite easily. Maybe at Money in the Bank, he'll be able to beat Ciampa and Gargano in a 2-on-1 handicap match. Maybe it'll be easy for him. You never know. Or if he just targets one man, he's pinned Ciampa before. He knows he can do it again. And maybe that's Roman's plan. Even if he is in a 2-on-1 handicap match, just like chuck Gargano out of the ring, keep him away, bury him under some chairs or something, and then just make it a 1-on-1 match with Tommaso Ciampa again. And Roman knows that he can pin him. He's done it before. He can do it again. But tonight, ending off SmackDown, Roman Reigns standing strong here tonight after managing to take down Bobby Lashley. And of course, as I've said, Money in the Bank is this weekend, so make sure to stick around to see what happens on Money in the Bank. Who will be Miss Money in the Bank and Mr. Money in the Bank? Well, you'll have to watch the pay-per-view to find out. Wait a second. Wait a second. Johnny Gargano. Tommaso Ciampa. DIY. They reformed DIY. But they're here. They're here for Roman. Roman's still in the middle of the ring. Oh my goodness. I think Johnny being a bit vile there. Looking around. Calling out Keith Lee. But of course there is no Keith Lee because Johnny's taken him out. He's not here tonight. He's not medically cleared to be here. We're going to get a teaser of Money in the Bank right now. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa out here wanting a piece of Roman Reigns. Because Reigns has no backup here right now. This is going to be a brutal 2-on-1 beatdown, you'd have to imagine, from Ciampa and Gargano. Oh my goodness, straight away. Flying clothesline, taking down Reigns. Ciampa there. Oh goodness. Roman Reigns. He's just been through a match. He just beat Bobby Lashley. And Ciampa and Gargano coming straight out here. Wait a second, Roman Reigns trying to get back into it. Roman Reigns reversing. Taking down Gargano, but there you go. It's the advantage, 2-on-1. Even if you manage to get a reversal, get one of them off their feet, the other one is going to be just there behind you to knock you down. Roman trying to get the advantage here, taking Tommaso to the ropes. But there you go again, Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano throwing Roman Reigns into the ropes. And Tommaso just posing over there. Tommaso doesn't need to get involved. Wait a second, Johnny. What is Johnny doing here? What is Johnny thinking? Oh my goodness. We haven't seen this before. A massive suplex to the outside. Oh my goodness, Roman's going to be out. Roman is going to be out as well. Maybe there just won't be a match this weekend. Oh my goodness, if this continues, I don't think we're going to have this match. I think this match is going to be called off. It's just going to be a win by forfeit for Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa DIY at the pay-per-view. Look at how things are going right now. My goodness, Roman Reigns not in a good place right now. He really needs some backup in this. Needs some help, but unfortunately there's no help here for him tonight. Ciampa, fairy tale ending, fairy tale ending. Oh no, Roman Reigns is down, that's it. Wait a second. He's back. He's back. Keith Lee is back. He is okay. Keith Lee, the support, the backup for Roman Reigns is here. Keith Lee is back here on SmackDown. It doesn't matter what Johnny Gargano did to him. Keith Lee is back running down to the ring to support his friend Roman Reigns. And now this is going to be a proper preview of Sunday's match. Keith Lee, Roman Reigns versus DIY. Keith Lee being back to support Roman. And now, of course, wait a second, Roman knocking Gargano off the outside. Spirit Bomb, Spirit Bomb, Spirit Bomb for Roman Reigns. Planches to Johnny Gargano. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Keith Lee and Keith Lee and Roman Reigns, of course, standing tall to finish SmackDown. And is that what it's going to look like? A Money in the Bank of Keith Lee is back. It is going to be Reigns and Lee versus DIY. Be sure to check out Money in the Bank this weekend, and thank you for watching.